Month 6 in the time of the Eternal. Month 9, Day 12, 2023. Psalms 37 verse 22. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The evil one flees without anyone pursuing him. Moreover, the blessed of my Father pass through the storm and come out unscathed, because I cover them with my powerful wings so that they never perish. The fight will be tough. Oppressive laws with great evil intensity are rushing to be signed and put into effect. Those who are not grounded in me, their minds will wander in the face of so much oppression. The earth groans and unsettles. The fight for livelihood still surpasses and will surpass all the times. Aquifer supplies will be cut off. And the control of this precious gift will not be long in coming. Food will also be controlled, and the masses will turn in search of a savior who will take control of them. Like when the 7 years of scarcity of Egypt arrived and many sold, to this, their lands, livestock, possessions and, finally, they sold themselves as slaves. But such a time does not arrive without first arriving at the time of preparation. 7 years before the scarcity, there were 7 years of abundance. I gave the dream to Pharaoh, I showed him what was to come. And then I gave the interpretation to my servant Joseph. The Pharaoh, being a pagan, believed him and arranged everything so that under his command, everything would be prepared for said impact. Today, in the same way I have warned my people, furthermore, the majority have ignored my words of warning. This great error will be the final sentence of many, for truly, truly, I say to you, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives the mark on his forehead or on his hand, he will also drink of the wine of my wrath, which it is poured pure into the cup of his wrath. And he will be tormented with fire and brimstone before my holy angels and also before me, and the smoke of his torment will ascend forever and ever. And this for worshipping the beast and his image. And they will have no rest day or night. Likewise, whoever receives the mark of his name. How then do you have eyes and do not see? And ears, and you do not hear? This beast is pure, dressed in scarlet, he prepares a destructive trap for my people, he makes them believe that he cares for their well-being with one hand, and with the other hand, he increases chaos in its wake. This art, coming from the arch-deceiver, is a deadly weapon. He gave shelter, cover and sustenance to many, under the monopoly of the cities. And, now that they are taken away, even at the cost of life, many go crazy with desperation. Skilled in the unreal of the world, they do not know how to live in the real world, in nature. In Matthew 24, there, I warned you. But without prophecy the people are unrestrained and dissipated. The man of sin comes with great mastery, spurious, flattering, and slyly to deceive the inhabitant of the earth. His deadly art will unleash scenes never seen before, and these will continue to increase. The end of it, the control of souls. Woe to the people who claim to follow me and their thoughts and their hearts are continually focused on material things, putting me last, their Savior and Redeemer. As the good farmer who, to sow the good seed, cuts down the grass and removes everything that is not useful from the place designated for sowing, so it will be, in the same way, the wicked. It will be in a moment, but in a moment neither root nor branch will remain of it. Learn from me. When the vineyard does not grow strong, and this in its season, does not produce good fruit from which man can sustain himself, but, for this the land is tilled, it is fed, the place is provided with water, the good seed is sown, it is cared for, it is given what is necessary for its good growth and, when its moment of strength and vigor arrives, it bears fruit. There, other cares are required, more food for it, diluted, so that it can take advantage of it. And day after day it is carefully cared for, with great love and care by the sower who planted it from the beginning, praying and hoping in me that it grows healthy and bears good fruit. Like this, in the same way, I, the great farmer, take care of my vineyard. And I give it everything necessary for it to bear good fruit. I also planted other vineyards. And I placed caretakers over them. I gave them precise, clear and good instructions, so that my vines would grow strong and bear beautiful and abundant fruit, but these slept. The sun took them in their beds in the cracked soil, due to the great dryness, malnourished my vineyard. It weakened and lost its defenses, and, so, it was attacked by insects that weakened it even more. Some, in their illness, miscarried, and others, even without conceiving, died. Then I looked at these vineyards and exclaimed to their caretakers, "What have they done? Didn't I give you detailed instructions for the care of my vineyard? Why then do you sleep on duty and here they are dead?" Then I will say to them, "Get out of their way. I will plow this whole field again, I will sow it and I will take care of it myself." Then they asked, "Where, then, is our salary which we deserve to receive for having you dismissed us?" Then I will answer them, "Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. For I was hungry and thirsty and you did not give me bread nor did you satisfy me. Your share will no longer be with me, nor among mine, because your infidelity has created a bad harvest and, even, that this neither reach. You raised a campaign of Belial among my inheritance. They sought their own benefit and there was no one among you who raised his voice and said, 'Remember the instructions that were given to us when they placed us in this vineyard and let us do them quickly so that it goes well for us.' But everyone was in common agreement, in rejecting my sayings, in agreement. Therefore, unfaithful servants, you will go to the lake of fire prepared for you and all those who rejected my words. Like this, I cleansed my threshing ground from the wickedness of those who called themselves farmers but were not. I tilled my threshing ground, I put good soil and abundant water in it, I put good food in it, accessible to the seed and I planted good seed in it. Then, I brought to myself others who, as I traveled the roads, I saw that they were making an effort to take care of their fields and, under hard work, fatigue and little rest, but with a willing heart of gratitude and joy, each day they woke up in their threshing ground and they would dismiss from it a little at night, to go and rest. These, upon seeing my vineyard and hearing my explicit instructions, were glad, and their hearts were filled with joy. But soon their faces became sad and I asked them, "What is happening to you?" To which they exclaimed, "We are grateful that you have taught us everything about how to take care of your vineyard and entrust it to us, since we see that you love it very much. Furthermore, although we want to do it, the time will be extensive. And, how can we take care of our fields? Thorns and thistles will grow on them, and our families, wife and children, will suffer from hunger." Then I answered them, "Take care of my vineyard and I will be for yours." Like this, we made an agreement. And these, careful in my vineyard, made it yield under my instructions 100-fold. And I went to their threshing grounds, and to their families, and instructed each one in the work and care of their threshing grounds. And, at harvest time, they also gave 100-fold, because, although they were fragile, they fought hard in care every day, following the instructions, and they achieved it in me. Then I said, "To these I will give greater joy." And I went to the threshing grounds of my good farmers and said to them, "Come with me." And these followed me. And I brought them into my vineyard and gave them dwellings, ready, in said place, and under my hand they were sustained. This is how I rewarded their effort, for many ate from my vineyard, and, to everyone who came there to seek sustenance, the faithful instructions were shared to them on how to make their threshing ground prosper, and they passed it on to others. And so, following all the faithful instructions, they prospered. Moreover, the evil and lazy people who let the earth die, causing the vineyard to die and be sterile, my face never saw them nor did any more memory of them rise to my thoughts. Like this they corrupted the principles in my church. That's why I cut off the bad caretakers from it and quickly took out the flock that was moaning and crying out with hunger and thirst, since they were so malnourished that any wind would knock them down. So, I instructed them and, to these, I gave good pasture and healthy water. I gave them more and more solid food and brought them to the real life, to preserve their life. But, the bad keepers, together they planned, in agreement, the destruction of my sheep. And they fought to attack them on different fronts. One looted the water and poisoned it. The other destroyed the grass. Another tore the gate from the fence. And another unleashed horrendous beasts to devour my flock. I was informed and went to the field. Land I saw what happened and took note. And I obtained the evidence that prosecuted those bad reapers who wanted to plunder my flock. Those who told me about what was happening took charge, some, of protecting the flock, preventing them from dispersing and drinking the poisoned water, and, in this way, they would die. So, I fixed everything. The grass turned green again and the fresh waters, and I made the gate with my own hand. And the evil ones, seeing this, became enraged with great anger, and ran in front of me to destroy them. But fire came out of my mouth and consumed them. Therefore, listen carefully, I, the great I Am, speak to my people. Mine is the earth and its fullness and everything that dwells in it. I am the creator of the heavens and the earth, and of everything that exists in it. I have a weekly holy day of rest in my law, and this has not changed nor will it ever change for centuries ever, because in 6 days he made the heavens and the earth. And I created all this in those 6 days, and all the things that are in them, and exists, and I rested on the 7th day. Therefore I blessed the Sabbath, the Shabbat, and sanctified it. Therefore remember it to sanctify it. Working 6 days and doing all your works, but the Sabbath, the Shabbat, is my 7th day that I blessed and sanctified and kept and made known to man from the foundation of the world. This is my seal between me and men. The dragon, the ancient serpent called the devil and Satan, has instigated the beast that sits on the hills and dressed in purple and scarlet and adorned with precious stones and fine gold, to dare to change my holy day for a spurious day of worship to the dragon, putting like this the world in agreement so that they revere and adore him on his day, the first day of the week, which the image of the beast calls it, in its land of North America, the day of the sun, or Sunday. And this land of North America, the United States, united with Papal Rome, have made laws so that all humanity violates my holy day. Take heed, all of you who are, and desire to be, on the side of my kingdom, read the scriptures. Where does it appear there that my holy day is the spurious day of the first day of the week? I put boundaries between the days, between one and the other, and there was evening and morning one day. When the stars come out, a day begins, because the absence of light brings darkness. And there, shining, the mortal can see, in the celestial vault, what is not seen when there is full light. I stipulated it there, in the first chapter of my written word. Who, then, with subtle deception has declared that the day begins at midnight, distorting my words and my authority? Can the rain stop wetting because someone says that it doesn't wet? Furthermore, as, if this were not enough, he disrupts, in his malefic plan, the days, claiming that the first day is the Sabbath, the Shabbat, which I stipulated since the creation of the world by my power, putting like this his spurious day of worship instead of the 7th. Babylon, mother of harlots and of great confusion, does this, deceiving many who do not take time to study my word. This day of the sun will be impulsed, under a law of great rigorous compliance, by the United States of America. And, as when the flood rises and floods everything in its path, so will the world be covered by said law that establishes the day of the sun, called in North America Sunday, as the day of worship, not only official but forced by law. This is the mark of the beast, its spurious day. Whoever worships on that day, worships her and will reject me as your God Creator, Redeemer, and as the one who died on the cross of Calvary for you. Therefore, come out of her, my people, so that you do not be participants in her plagues. For great affliction will come with torment to those who worship the beast and its image. He who will usurp my place will soon be among you. Furthermore, for this there is a deadline, and he will claim with great lying prodigies that the solemnity of my 7th day, the Sabbath, the Shabbat, has been changed for the spurious day, the day of the sun, as the image of the beast calls it. And, by his great deception, he will ensnare many. And many will surrender to this and will pay homage to him. Furthermore, there is a people keeper of truths that honor me and honor my law. Because this spurious power has changed the 10 commandments that I gave to Moses on Mount Sinai through his own thinking, and he has put his words, and taken away mine, usurping my place of God among mortals, when he is the son of the father of perdition, the ancient serpent called the devil and Satan. I let you know so that you may know the truth of him who loved you with such love that I went to the death of a cross for you. This false power has risen up against everything that is truthful, throwing to the ground what I established since the creation of the world, marriage between man and woman, because, instigated by the dragon, it depraves and destroys the mortal, changing the natural affection among my rational creatures, possessing their mind, damaging their bloodstream, which infests like this all their internal organs. And this becomes more and more externalized, as if this were normal, because the good they will call it bad, but to the bad they will call it good. Moreover, beware of dogs, because they will not inherit eternal life. His plan, already underway in this, is germinating among you and will soon go with the imposition of the spurious day, because since heaven the dragon rises against my kingdom, and from there he fights to win, and he fights to turn my creation against me and destroy them. But, I am the good shepherd, and I lay down my life for my sheep. Come closer to me and I will come close to you. And let us be in covenant, and you will be my people and I will be your God. Get ready. Because this spurious power is fighting to take away your sustenance. Whereby, many, who knowingly did not prepare, will prostrate themselves before him to fill their bellies. Others, half converted, will also worship him, because, attached to the world and the love of it, like Lot's wife, they will prefer to die before removing the ephemeral from their hearts. Others, after the fear of death, will deny my name, since these, at the slightest difficulty, were accustomed to giving up. All who come close to me will clearly understand, and will be able to discern, the continuous chain with clear meaning of the events that I have arranged to occur. I have my instruments and I prepare them to give the right touch, those who only obey my voice and do not turn to the right or to the left, those whose evil self is put into subjection every day, for I illuminate their hidden chambers so that they see sin as I see it, and reject it, those who seek me with all their heart, and see the times, and discern that my coming is at the doors and prepare themselves in all my commands so that nothing takes them by surprise. Moreover, of those who knew my words, some will pay homage to the dragon, the beast and his image, because, in the face of delay, this will take them without getting ready the time of pressure, and this will fall upon them by surprise. Others, listening to the cows of Bazan, will be devoured by wolves dressed as sheep. I tell you again, before this happens, because the day is near. When you see all these things you will know that I, the eternal God, spoke among you and was heard by very few. Therefore, gird up your loins, and your heads are ready to my voice, and your heart ready to execute my sayings, and I will be with you until the end, and you will be conquerors in me. Faithful and true words that I leave from the Eternal for each one of you. May the Lord bless us.